you're joining, I'd like to know if you can hear. If you can hear as you're joining the live stream, I'd like to know if you can hear. And yeah. So I think I'd rather rearrange this. Let me rearrange this. I need you all tagging St. Louis, Missouri news stations. We are tagging Indianapolis, Indiana news stations. We are tagging Chicago, Illinois news stations. We're tagging, I want to make sure I cover all my bases, Anderson, Indiana news stations. Oh, you can't hear me that well? Okay. Alright, someone says lots of wind. Alright, I'm turning some stuff off, down. Let me know if it's better. Let me know if it's better. If it's better. I'm really in motion, and I just did not plan on hosting a stream at all right now. So I'm really doing this on the fly. So y'all gotta bear with me because I just didn't plan on doing this at this time. Okay? So I'm like doing this kind of while I'm trying to do other things during the day. So just bear with me. We are tagging. Please. And I'm using the word please. I need your assistance in doing this. I need you tagging Anderson, Indiana news media. You should be tagging Indianapolis, Indiana news media. You should be tagging St. Louis, Missouri news media. You should be also tagging Chicago, Illinois news media. Possibly some folks in news organizations in Memphis, Tennessee. Any national news organizations. We need to be sending this live directly to those national news organizations right now. I'm going to do what I always do, which is I want to kick this off, okay? So, let me go ahead and try to get John Walsh tagged right now. Before I want to try to get, we need national media. Obviously, what Missing, Lost, and Trafficked has reported is being completely ignored. So, there should be news stations confirming what Missing, Lost, and Trafficked has discovered, and they should be reporting what Missing, Lost, and Trafficked has already reported as of this weekend. They should be able to easily and quickly confirm what Missing, Lost, and Trafficked has confirmed, and we should see local news organizations in multiple cities reporting that a 16-year-old girl dialed the number of a 31-year-old male twice and vanished. That 31-year-old male reportedly either lives in Virginia, and there's a source that's saying right out that he lives in Los Angeles, California. This is very concerning. Other sources are stating that this man could have ties to Indianapolis and could have been in contact with young girls in Indianapolis, as well as Missouri and other places. Missing, Lost, and Trafficked is also in the midst of confirming And that's where those national and local media organizations can kind of like help missing traffic it out. But if I have to do all the legwork, I will. I'll do it alone. Now, it'd be great if CNN would jump on board. It would be awesome if Nancy Grace would jump on board. It would be spectacular if Dr. Phil gets on board and really helps to get to the bottom of this. But if single-handedly missing Lost and Trafficked has to be the media organization, right, that exposes as much as we can expose about what we feel could be a very sophisticated operation, we will do it. We will do it alone. It would be nice for other news organizations to report that a 16-year-old girl may no longer be labeled as a runaway, but possibly a victim of human sex trafficking. It would be awesome if they would take this story, which is a newsworthy story, and report and confirm what Missing, Lost, and Trafficked has already reported. Okay? Let's see if I can find John Walsh. It would be awesome. Okay? So I'm trying to find John Walsh. Somebody help me get John Walsh in here. I'm just going to get to tagging a whole bunch of people with blue check marks now, because it seems as if there are two police departments who are probably totally ignoring a mother right now, and that is extremely concerning to me. Due to what I've just learned, which is concerning and disappointing, there are a lot more receipts that I will be publishing to my Facebook profile today. I had hoped that local law enforcement would now issue a Amber Alert, at least in the state of Missouri, given the receipts they now have. I had hoped that a detective would have spoken directly with Kristen, regardless of whether or not that it was their day off, or regardless of whether or not he had to go to a doctor's appointment, regardless of whether or not this was dog walking day for him, regardless of what was on his agenda today, what was on anyone's agenda today. And I have a doctor's appointment that I am pretty much missing right now. Hopefully they'll just let me get in somewhere when I show up today, in their schedule. But I had hoped, we hoped, that local law enforcement would have given Kristen Johnson, mother of Jayda Johnson, a lot more attention. She's reporting to me that that has not happened. That is not happening. And that is so concerning to me. So we're tagging Indianapolis police. Let me go ahead and tag the Indianapolis Police Department. Looks like I have to tag multiple police departments into this live stream. So Indianapolis Police Department, yes, it's concerning. And Missing, Lost, and Trafficked is a media organization. That is what Missing, Lost, and Trafficked is. We're not a policing organization. So there is a limit to what Missing, Lost and Trafficked and Pebbles and Bam Bam can do at this time, okay? We rely on the local police to take the information given and do something with it, okay? That's what we rely on, all right? She's here. Let me go ahead and get Miss Kristen on. And I am driving, but we got to talk. It said no answer from you, Kristen. Can you try to send me a request one more time? No answer. No answer, it's saying, okay? I'll wait for you to send me the request one more time. If you're unable to send the request, then I will certainly send you one. Okay. All right. So I'm adding you now. Adding. You should be coming on. Hello. How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay.
I was on the phone with the detective. He just basically said that he doesn't believe that this person's a real person, that no one could get the social security number, that he is subpoenaed to get the background of this person, all his information, but there's nothing else he can do right now. He can't send someone to that location in Virginia because he doesn't feel like it's a real person.
He doesn't feel that way. Okay, well, I do have his social security number.
I told him that.
For legal protections for myself, of course, I can't post someone's social security number on Facebook, but I have a comprehensive report. If you can get me the email address to that detective, I'll send it to him. I'm going to do much better than that. That comprehensive report is going to be sent to multiple police stations. It's going to be sent to the Indianapolis Police Department. It'll be sent to the Anderson Police Department. It will also be sent to the St. Louis, Missouri Police Department. And what's the other city she was last pinged at?
Valley Park.
Valley Park. There is a social security number. I don't know if there was a name change at some point. The name is odd. It's weird. He is a real person. I have a licensed private investigator who uncovered this information for me, sent me a detailed report that's in my email. I only talked about so much, what I thought was relevant at the time to this case, but it's a comprehensive report with a social security number. Now, real person, did he try to do phone tracing just like the private investigator did to see who the identity of the person was?
He's not really saying that. He just said, I can't send someone to that location. When I just talked to someone and they said all he has to do in Virginia said all they have to do is contact them. They'll send someone to a location. He don't think that that's necessary. He doesn't think that it's a real person because he's already put subpoenas out to get information on him, and he don't understand how we would get any address or social on him. Like he's like he says, I'm doing everything I can do. He did get it approved. The Missing Children's Bureau contacted him today. They did get it approved to where they did the doorbell thing in St. Louis. He was trying to switch it over to that. Like that's that's a blessing too, but that's not my concern right now. My concern is Virginia. What if he is a real person? What if he has her? You just want to wait day for day for day? No.
It is the responsibility of, and I know this is hard for you, and I know you're fighting, and I'm a journalist, and I try to stay in my lane and being just a journalist, but I'm always crossing out of it and becoming this activist And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm swaddling between lanes here because I'm fighting for you too. I'm reporting and then I'm fighting. So I'm with you in the fight. But I do want to tell you that it is the responsibility of the police to do phone tracing to see. That was at minimum what they were supposed to do. At minimum, they were supposed to do what the private investigator who is volunteering her time to assist me did in less than 10 minutes. Once I got a number, and I had a number for the person that your daughter dialed, I got it over to her, and as soon as she was available, she did a phone tracing through a database. Okay, they have access to the same types of database, and she came up with the name of the person the phone is registered to. So this is something that police officer could have done. Yes, people often get phones, and when they get phones, they may not, register it under their real names. They may use a nickname or whatever. Maybe there's an email address that has maybe a nickname or some kind of contrived name that they're using when they get the phone cut on. I've gotten too many phones cut on, and I've gotten them cut on, and I've gotten numbers synced and everything just by my email. Well, my email can just say Scooby-Doo, and maybe it comes up as Scooby-Doo. But what the investigator did to find out who he was and to make a match between the name the phone is registered to and the identity was to check for a social security number match. You understand what I'm saying? So the social security number matches this name, whether he wants to believe it or not. We have the social security number. I wanted to give the Anderson, Indiana police the opportunity to do in 10 minutes what the private investigator did. Was it on Friday? I believe it was Friday. I thought that what they would simply do was to do a phone tracing to see what name comes up, put it in a database to match it to a social security number, and then they will know, and irregardless whether the name is real or not, to not further investigate and to not make an attempt to go to the addresses attached to that number. If he sees an address, and I know he sees it, I have a comprehensive report on everything about this man, right? To not do that is reckless, is careless, it's beyond concerning to me in my mind to tell you as a mother that he just doesn't believe. That's not competent. He's not displaying, in my mind, what would be competency of law enforcement. To just say, I don't believe it's a real, or maybe he feels like, how did they get that? We're not checking into that. Tell him I'll have my private investigator contact him directly with the social security number. I'll be emailing the social security number and the comprehensive report to multiple news medias in multiple states. I'll do it today. I'll be emailing that comprehensive report with this man's social security number attached to it to multiple police stations in multiple states. And then let's see what happens in the next couple of hours, and let's see if they have a different tune. Let's see if they feel that it's worth going to these addresses in Virginia, in Los Angeles, because I'm told that he's in Los Angeles actually right now. So it's concerning. Now I'm going to pull back because you need to talk and express how you're feeling. How are you feeling right now?
Like I should go to the address. I should drive 9.5 hours to this address. He said, I don't know what you're going through. I know your heart's broke and scared, but I want to bring her home just like you want to bring her home. No, you don't. No, you don't, because it's not your child. Your kids are safe at home in their bed. Mine's not. And it's like, I try not to think negative, but she would have called me. Even if she would have got into the car with someone and she would have defended herself, she would have got out, she would have called me from a payphone or something. She would have.
So you haven't received any kind of odd messages on Facebook or Instagram or, you know, to your phone, just anything that gives you any inkling that she's trying to reach out to you or someone is trying to tell you something about her whereabouts? Okay.
No. So
Yeah.
someone's calling my phone and it makes me where I can't hear you. Can I hang up, like get off here and get right back on?
That's fine. Yes. Yes.
Because I can't hear you very well. So I'm going to get off. I even know how to do that.
Okay. I can X out and I'll wait for you to rejoin. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to do it right back to back.
Okay. All right. So I am waiting on Ms. Johnson to rejoin this live stream right now. She was just somebody was trying to call her, so it was affecting the audio. Her audio is being affected, okay? So I'm going to give her a moment. We're giving her a moment. She's back. I'm re-adding her now. Okay. I'm here.
Okay, that's way better.
And I'll let you continue, you know, with what you were saying about just not having any contact with your daughter, how that's concerning you, that you just don't have any, you're not getting any kind of feedback from anyone that she's okay or hanging out or, you know, or anything like that, right? Have you received any, and I know this may be redundant, but a lot of people will want to know any kind of tips from anyone of sightings of her, possibly?
None.
Okay.
No sightings.
No.
I will say ever since the information has got out about this guy and his identity, I have had a lot of people trying to help me, send me his family members, his ex-girlfriend. Did you know that someone contacted his ex-girlfriend?
Yes, I do. And I have the exchange of that conversation. Again, I was wanting to hold back on posting that conversation. I really, really thought that you would get a different response today. So I do have those messages. I know exactly what she said. I know that she alleges that he tried to pimp her when they were together. And I know what she said. I got everything. But again, I was not going to post it thinking that, you know, that the police would just do an in-depth investigation at this point and really kick things into high gear. And so I didn't want to publish too much. And then I don't want to put your daughter at risk. So, you know, I'm being very mindful of, you know, of just putting everything out there. But if you are just being completely ignored and it seems as though nobody's doing anything, if I have to just put everything out here, I'll put it all out there. I'll put it all out there, everything. And believe me, I can prove that he's a real person. My supporters are sending me screenshots of him talking to his family members. His social media accounts actually confirm, and email addresses. And I mean, it's so on and so on, confirms that he is a real person. Okay. So that, I thought that an Amber Alert would be issued today. I thought for sure that an Amber Alert would be issued once we had some kind of information on the identity to the person your daughter spoke with. Now, can you talk about this a little bit? This is important. Everybody needs to understand who dialed who. So this 323 number, and I didn't post the entire number thinking that police were actively investigating. That's the reason why I didn't post that entire number. If I have to, I'll do that. That's not a problem. But can you explain what happened when your daughter got to St. Louis? How did these phone calls come about?
Well, I didn't know she was in St. Louis when I found the number. She dialed the number at 5:32 a.m. the morning she came missing, and then she dialed it again at 8:32 a.m. She didn't talk to them but for 1 minute, so I don't know if they didn't answer, voicemail picked up, or what. But at 7-Eleven that morning, she talked to him for 9 minutes. She was pinged. No, I'm not, never mind, scratch that. She called the number at 12:53 a.m. and 1:02 a.m. She got pinged in St. Louis at 5:32 and 8 something. She had talked to this number in between her ping in St. Louis from 5 to 8 at 7-Eleven for 9 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
So it was like, and I went to bed a little after midnight, so it had to be her call, and that's what's not clicking. Like, she called the number 2 times, they didn't answer, but then she had already left, called it again, talked to him for 9 minutes. So I think there's multiple people involved. I don't think it's just one person. How did she get to St. Louis? She couldn't have bought a bus ticket here in Indianapolis because you have to be 18 or older. So did someone here help her get on a bus? Did someone here take her there? Did someone in St. Louis can pick her up, one of his family members? There's more than one person.
Okay. And I am looking into the possibility that more than one person is involved. I don't like to release anything until I can confirm it, but I do have a source who found an associate of Doby's who possibly actually lives in St. Louis, if that's helpful. However, I have to confirm that person, I have the name of that person, really does live in St. Louis, and I want to be able to see that there is, for myself, I like to be able to see that there is a connection between the St. Louis associate and Doby. So I'll be like really looking at this name, checking into some information, and reaching out to the investigator for help. Because yes, that's highly possible that there is more than one person that was involved in your daughter's disappearance, or at least transporting her to wherever she has gone to. And it's really sketchy where she is really at this point. I mean, I don't want to assume or speculate. So I'm trying to do my very best to figure out exactly where he is now. And based upon, go ahead.
I was up from, I think it was like 12:30 to 5 or something this morning. This guy wants to help find her or whatever. He's from like Texas or something. Well, he showed me messages. He inboxed on Instagram. He inboxed a family member of this guy's, and he was saying, yes, I know who he is. Why? And he was like, well, there's a 6-year-old child missing, blah, blah, blah. His number is her last one of contact. And he was like, oh my gosh, well, who are you to her? Can I contact her parents about it? I'm going to try to get in contact with him, get a hold of him or whatever. So he gave him my name or whatever in my inbox or my Facebook so he can contact me. But then he was disappeared. Like, he's done. Like, he won't even respond to the dude or nothing no
more. Okay. I was informed about this as well. I have receipts of that conversation, and I have I would say a screenshot of this man admitting that he knows him. So I do have, like what you're being sent, my supporters are sending it to me. I mean, they're sending me a lot of different screenshots. Again, I really wanted to give the police an opportunity, because see, I can't issue, I'm just a journalist really and an activist, an opportunity to check into, you know, what we've learned, to really thoroughly check into it, and it just seems like they're still being very dismissive of you.
I just tell myself every day that they know
Yeah,
what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They just don't want us to interfere with their job. But now it's 11 days.
yeah.
I feel like I have to do something.
And I understand your frustration. I really do. Um, did you did tell the investigator who's working on your daughter's case that a private investigator discovered the identity of this person? Did you not?
I told him the social media that there's a lot of people trying to help on social media, because that's what the Children's Missing Bureau said, to put everything on social media. That's how it's going to get spread around worldwide. That's what I did. And I said, there's so many people that has reached out confirming this person is real. So
Yeah. Please,
the FBI
please. Yeah, go ahead.
The
What were you saying
FBI,
about the FBI?
I see Bell said, is the FBI involved? Yes, the FBI is the Indiana State Police. The St. Louis Police, the Anderson Police. That's what the detective has said. They all. Now, I have not talked to. I tried contacting the FBI, but they won't tell me nothing. They was really nasty and said that if they have questions about my case, they'll call me.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. Really? Okay. Wow.
So I reached out, and that's the thing with the detective. He was calling me every day. Sometimes he didn't have information. He would just say, I just want to make sure you're okay. You know, you need to call me or scream, you know, yell on the phone or whatever to make yourself feel better. Do that. But you're not answering my phone. 4 days? 4 days. You have not contacted me in 4 days. That's a little ridiculous to me.
I agree. It looks like it's frozen on my end. It's like your frame is frozen in one position. If it's not frozen for anybody else, then I'm just going to continue talking to you. But hold on, let me see. I think it's unfrozen. Okay, you're moving now. You were not moving from what I saw. And so I just didn't want to exit out the conversation. I wanted everyone to hear what you were saying. But okay, you see you moving. All right, so yeah, that's concerning that the FBI would just say, hey, if they have what say that again. I'm sorry, what was this quote?
I talked to 2 different people, 2 guys, and then I called back because the phone kept hanging up. So I called back just to make sure they saved my information. And the girl was really nasty. It was like, what time was it, Mom? 5:05 p.m. and they closed at 5. So she was trying to get me off the phone. So she was, if we need to contact you and ask you anything on your case, we'll call you back. And they never called me back.
Okay. And so, I think it's important that you tell the investigator that a private investigator confirmed the identity to the person that phone number is registered to. If you articulate that clearly to him, because what Missing, Lost and Trafficked is going to do is going to make sure that multiple police departments clearly understand and know that that phone number is registered to Mr. Lucky R. There's a K initial somewhere, Doby, 31 years of age, of Fredericksburg, Virginia, and a source is saying he's currently living, residing, and breathing in Los Angeles, California at this very moment. That's what the source is saying. Okay, so he needs to know. He needs to know that it wasn't a matter of just somebody snooping around, some random person telling you anything. A actual licensed private investigator looked into this. Now there are other people who have taken that information, put 2 and 2 together, including, I believe, your sister, because she she cross-examined my work, right? And I spoke with her. She wanted to be sure, well, does Pebbles know what she's talking about? Is this number right? Was she supposed to do as she should, check my work? And it's not really my work. It's the work of the private investigator. She checked into it. I talked to your sister last night, and they were able to confirm, your sister and other people, right, that that number is, am I telling the truth? That number is attached to this person, right?
Yep. She's got people investigating it too. Yep. The more help.
That's how, and that's how she was able to know that, oh wow, Pebbles wasn't just throwing something out there in the wind. Like, I really had an investigator checking to find out who the identity of this person is. Recently, his actions have become concerning. I know that he is removing social media accounts now. What do you feel about that?
I really don't know how to feel about it. I'm trying not to be too in depth on it because it's making me sicker and sicker, honestly. But it's scary. It's so scary. There's definitely an involvement some way, somehow, if that's his phone number. There's definitely an involvement. Right. And that's the thing. The morning she became missing, I got the call log after I made the police report at 6 o'clock in the morning. So we seen that number on her call log. We start calling it. It was me, my boyfriend, my best friend, my mom, and my other sister. All 5 of us called it, right? It was ringing sometimes, and then he'd send us a voicemail. Well, once he caught on to all 5 of us calling back to back to back, he'd turn the phone off. No longer working. So that was
okay. I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to get clarity. I wanted to know, and I did not ask you this initially. How were you able to get her call log to know who she dialed without having her phone?
Because her phone's in my name. So I get on Boost, I put her phone number, the PIN in, and it pulls me up her call log. Now something is wrong with the system. I've been at Boost several times, seeing if they can see something different, because it has an option. You can look at 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. It's only going back to right now it's only going back to December 14th. The other day it went back to December 10th. But the morning she became missing and I filed the police report, I automatically went to see, well, who did she call for her to come pick her up? And that number was the only one on there. So.
Okay. That's that's really smart of you. That her number is what on your account rather, and so that's really good. And I'm so glad that this wasn't a separate account, and because it would I'm sure you wouldn't have got that information to know who she called or anything.
I panicked. I just wanted to know, but I would say to these moms and these parents out here, I'm going to sit here and say I don't know her iCloud information. I don't know that. I don't know her social media logins. I feel like I should know that kind of stuff. But me and Jada's relationship is, if she walked in the door right now and I ask her who she's with, she's either going to tell me who she's with or she's going to hand me her phone and let me go through her phone myself. We don't hide secrets. And that's the only reason why I know her password to get in the phone. But I just don't know her iCloud information and her social media. And that's the biggest thing. That's the most scariest thing. That's where these kids are meeting these people off of, which is still waiting to be, the companies are still waiting to send over to the detective that information. Why is it taking 5 days?
A lot of parents, and I don't want you to beat yourself up, a lot of parents don't have access to their teens, their kids, their children with Facebook accounts now, social media accounts. I wouldn't want you to, beat yourself up about it or feel very guilty that you didn't have that. And then I know of parents who will tell me their kids have no social media because I've been a teacher for several years. I know different. Like I know that there are social media accounts that kids have that parents don't even think that they have. They think they have no Facebook, no Instagram. Oh, I don't allow them to have that. Once you allow them to have a cell phone, You gave them access to dating sites. You gave them access to Instagram. You gave them access to Twitter. You know, it goes on and on and on. You know, Snapchat, whatever. Now, I did look through your daughter's Instagram accounts, and they're private. Most teens do that. They keep their parents and their family members from knowing what they're doing by setting it to private. That's why it's private. I can't message your daughter. I tried. I can't message her. I believe there was one Instagram account I think I was able to message. I have to go back and find out which one that was. I can't message her because she's not following me. So what I did do is I've tried. I still didn't get, I got a response back from one person talking about what you talking about, but I messaged people she's following, and you know, that she's following, letting them know she's missing. If you see any activity, if you could connect with her somehow, let me know. Now, I'm getting a lot of it, like my Instagram is usually very like dead, like there's a few likes and stuff. I just post photos of missing people on there, and I don't do a lot of lives, and I'm not very interactive on Instagram. But I can tell you, since I've been reporting on your daughter from Missing, Lost, and Trafficking Instagram page, I am getting a lot of engagement, likes, shares, which is good. And what I'm hoping what will happen, since I do know that your daughter was connected to a lot of peers. She had 5. She had a spam account as well. So I know your daughter had 4 accounts that you can see, and then you have to like really look and dig to find the spam. So she has at least 5, possibly 6, but at least 5 Instagram accounts. I'm hoping that what will happen is someone will contact me at some point, like one of her peers she's been talking to, or someone will be able to tell me that there's been some sort of activity or movement from one of those Instagram accounts she has since she's been missing. But again, that is just really wishful thinking. But it really is a good thing that the Instagram community has embraced your daughter, and they are really sharing like her posts, and so that's amazing.
Now, I don't think she had. I don't
Yeah.
think she was using all 4 or 5 of those accounts. I think she
Right.
has she can never remember the password, so she'll make a new one.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them were old, a couple years old. But who's to say it wouldn't dawn on her, you know, and remember like the top off of her head. She might. I don't put nothing past her right now. But I do want to say this. I'm seeing a lot of comments get her detailed phone call logs. I have tried multiple times. I've called Boost customer care. I went to different Boost companies here in my town. I've got on my phone and my downloaded app. It's the same thing. Nobody can pull any more numbers than what I've already pulled. Oh, and
Okay.
Boost did say today that no matter the police having subpoenaed to get into her phone, call or text message, that Boost does not allow them to get detailed text messages. It just shows a phone number that is texting her or she's texting out, because they have to go by the privacy law.
They said that Boost is not allowing them to get detailed information. That's what the police are saying.
No, Boost, the worker at Boost today said that the police have the subpoena to get into her. They already have it to get into her call log and text, but they actually can't see what her text messages say. Boost won't allow that. Boost will show you the number she's texting, but they will not show what the messages say.
Okay, what the messages actually say. And you know, I can't really say if they can or can't. I like to just go and do research, and so I'll know, like, so I can tell you, well, they're full of crap, or yeah, what they're saying is actually credible. You know, I do know that the police can, and it looks like they did already, reach out to any cell phone provider, any social media organization such as Facebook, Instagram, etc., and request access to anyone's account.
And they're still waiting on them to send that. Yep.
And they should not still be waiting on it. What should have happened, I'm going to tell you, right? I'm going to tell you, Mother, and a lot of people don't know this, and this is why some of my cases that I've reported on, I believe, which could have had really good endings, did not have so good of endings. And I'm not trying to give you, any, I don't want to bring you down is what I'm trying to say. But I know that a lot of parents don't know that police, within 24 to 48 hours of you reporting your daughter or anyone missing, they can reach out to Instagram. If your daughter has an Instagram account, check, which she does, request access, which they will give them almost immediately. I know your daughter has a Facebook page. I've been browsing through it. Reach out to Facebook, which she does. They have to do it, though. It has to come from the police agency.
Right.
And within like 72 hours at the latest, Facebook will give them the access that they need to that account. I'm telling you what they can do. And any other social media accounts, any phone accounts that she has, they can request access. I don't believe that they requested access to her Instagram, her Facebook, maybe other miscellaneous accounts. I'm sorry?
They said they did.
They said they did request
that they
access?
had a subpoena that got approved by the judge, but this was 5 days ago. That they can't rush these companies to send them the proof that they need.
Oh, okay. So that's what they're saying. They can't rush them to send it, but they are stating that they at least, I kind of chalk it up as a grain of salt, what they're saying, but they're saying that they did their job on their end and they're just waiting. And okay.
Yep.
Now, did you reach out to the Anderson, the police department, or the St. Louis, Missouri Police Department, asking them if she now qualifies for an Amber Alert, which I think she does?
Nope. He said no. They keep saying, I have to go to a charger. They keep saying that she's not in, they don't think she's in Indiana, so they can't do one here. So, but St. Louis police won't talk to me because I'm not Anderson. I'm not the APD. I'm not the detective on the case.
They won't talk to you. That's odd that they won't talk to you, because your 16-year-old daughter phone was pinged in the city of St. Louis. That's odd that they won't talk. You know what? I'm sorry. I gotta tag another activist in on this. He needs to hear this right here. Let me go ahead and tag Terrence.
I can barely hear you, so I'm gonna go off here again and then request me, okay?
Okay, I can hear you just fine, but I'll wait. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You could just X out of it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting on Ms. Johnson to come back. She says she could barely hear me. Okay. If you all can hear me clearly, please let me know. That's very important. If you can hear me clearly, please let me know. It's very important. Thank you so very much. And thank you so kindly. If you can hear me. Thank you. I'm in my car. I'm in my car. I'm in my car. I'm sitting at a gas station. So, it's kind of is what it is right now. Thank you. All right. I'm going to add her back to the stream. Ms. Johnson is coming back on. She's coming back now. All right. I'm here. All right. Where did we leave off at exactly?
I will say, when I was in St. Louis the other day and I went to the Greyhound station where her phone pinged at, we asked them to get us the camera footage or whatever. They said they could not do it without the St. Louis Police Department. So yeah, where the city police of is right there. My detective or Jada's detective is not telling me what St. Louis Police Department that they're in contact with. So they wouldn't let me get the camera footage. Well, then I called him. He called me back and said that he has asked for subpoenas to get the camera footage. I just have to be patient.
Okay. Okay. I can understand your being asked to be patient regarding their, waiting on these various companies to get back to them with information or data, right? Um, or perhaps waiting on clearance from the St. Louis Police Department, right, to get their surveillance footage. But I am struggling with understanding why an Amber Alert has not been issued, or it was not issued once Missing, Lost and Trafficked released publicly that there is a 31-year-old man, okay, attached, right, to the phone number your daughter dialed. No later than Sunday morning, an Amber Alert could have been issued in the state of Missouri, where your daughter's phone was pinged. And if I'm understanding you correctly, she dialed those numbers in St. Louis. She did not dial the numbers to that 31-year-old man, Mr. Doby, in Anderson, Indiana. Is that correct?
No, she did call that number at 12:35 a.m. and 1:02 a.m., but they didn't answer.
Okay.
It was only 1 minute. She didn't talk to that person on that number till 7:11 that morning when she was supposedly in St. Louis.
And okay, but you see where I'm getting with the connections to St. Louis and them having a responsibility at this point.
Yeah.
So we know that in issuing an Amber Alert, we know that your 16-year-old daughter, right, spoke to someone finally, right, that she was trying to contact um, in St. Louis. That someone isn't a mystery person right now. That phone number is registered not to another teen. And if it was another teen, you still will have reasons to be concerned. But I'm saying that phone number is registered to a 31-year-old man with a very shaky kind of history. Um, I would say shady, really, from what I've seen. It's sketchy. He has several burner phones. I'm concerned about that. He's bought several burner phones just this year. A lot of different burner phones, and I don't know why he's had so many different burner phones. And so that by them knowing that she more than likely spoke with a 31-year-old man, and knowing the identity of that man, and knowing that she at some point ended up in St. Louis, Missouri, the danger criteria has been met. They have to believe she's in danger. Okay? That criteria, Pacific criteria, has been met. She is 17 or under. That criteria has been met. A description of a person that could have possibly taken her, or a person that she was with. They say they need a description, not just of her, but they need a description of a person she could have been with, which is an adult, right? That criteria has been met. So we have no Amber Alert in this Monday. That's problematic for me, and I'm sure it's problematic for you as well. Do you have anything else that you would just like to share at this time? Um,
I do want to say thank you to everybody, the friend requests, the shares, everybody trying to investigate it, the prayers. Like, it means so much. She doesn't have a clue how much she's loved out here. I mean, it's overwhelming. Just keep looking, keep fighting. I'm gonna keep fighting.
and that's really all you can do, is keep fighting. And if it's any consolation to you, I reported on a young girl who had gone missing out of Georgia. She, looked at her dad to just see where he was, and he was, where he was in his room. And moments later, she was gone. 8th grader. I reported on that young girl. I talked to her father. We got a significant, maybe almost 20,000 views. Facebook been trying to disable my stuff, so that conversation is not, no longer on Facebook. But I continue to report on her for 41 days. On the 31st day, she was found. She was found alive, okay? Yes, she had been lured. It was a similar situation, but the FBI did get involved, and that's why FBI involvement, and they have to be really involved, not passively involved. They have to be really involved. The FBI involvement helped to crack this case. You know why? Because all her parents knew is that she was secretly talking to somebody while playing a Roblox game. She wasn't even on the phone talking to anybody. So this connection happened through a video game. And this person drove 17 hours from Texas to Georgia to pick this young lady up, had her for more than 40 days or 30 days. But she was found, and she was found alive, and she's thriving right now. So it was a process. A lot of people had to get on board to facilitate this process. He is in prison. He has multiple charges, multiple right now. But who had to get on board to make that happen? It took local news organizations. It took TikTok creators. I don't know why it takes all that. It should just take a passionate police officer, but that's not what it takes all the time. It took, so I got a lot of people watching me right now. If you got those blue check marks, if you are a TikTok creator, I don't have those thousands of subscribers. I'm not there yet. I'm working. I'm thriving to get there. If you're one of those people, you got those blue check marks, you're watching this live stream right now, you are a TikTok creator, you are a YouTube content creator, and you have hundreds upon thousands of subscribers. You should be creating some sort of video or posting some sort of flyer and letting people know this young lady is missing. Everyone band together to get this young girl's name out there. And it pressured the FBI to become a lot more passionate about figuring out who this anonymous person was who picked her up from in front of her home and took her 17 hours away from her residence. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Now, I believe if we do all we can, all these individuals with these platforms, right? Y'all have large platforms. And if the FBI gets on board, I believe your daughter can't be found and will be found alive. That's what I believe, because I've seen it play out that way. I've seen it play out that way more than one time. I've reported on situations like this. Your situation is not unique. Now, I couldn't talk to you with this confidence if I hadn't seen the type of miracles that I've seen and witnessed this year. I've seen situations and reported on situations where parents didn't have a clue, because right now you're lost. They didn't know where to begin. They didn't know where to start. But God got in the hearts of man. And that's what it's going to take right now. It's going to take for God to condition somebody's heart, got in the hearts of people, and there were folks I have seen them be rescued. There was a young girl. I know it's possible that your daughter can be found and be found alive. I know the possibility. Yeah, there's another girl. She had to be, when I say rescued, the new Black Panther Party for self-defense, and I'm trying to contact them now. I hope they're listening. They reached out to me about another girl. This other girl that I was just reporting on, went missing she went to high school, and I guess she thought she was just going to ditch high school. And she thought she was just going to show back up probably at the end of the day. It did not happen that way. She got in the hands of some wrong people, and it took the new Black Panther Party for self-defense to set up an operation And I'm trying not to mention names because, you know, I want to protect their privacy somewhat. But it took them to go in and set up an operation. She was being trafficked, but they rescued her, got her out that situation, took photos of her, got her back home to her mother. I know it could happen. I know what could happen. I know I've seen it happen. I believe your daughter is alive. I'm not speaking death. I'm speaking life. I'm not speaking death. I can't do that. I have to speak life into this situation because I know God can turn this situation around. I know he can turn it around. I've seen it done too many times. And though nobody can make me doubt, nobody can make me doubt. That's why I'm still pulling hard. I know it looks bad right now. It feels bad. And guess what? I'm not a mother. I'm not a mother. I'm not a mother. I've never been a mother. I don't have any children, right? But I just have a hell of a passion for kids, and and my faith. God has done some things with my faith this year, and my faith has been renewed. So even though it looks really dark for you right now, and you feel like, oh my God, it's just over with, this can be turned around, and you can be getting a phone call within seconds, minutes, or hours, and someone can be saying that your daughter has been found. Or she might, I'm hoping she just calls you like, this is ridiculous. Let me just reach out to my mom. But whatever we got to do, we're gonna stay positive. And like I said, I try to stay in my journalism role, but then I end up switching back and forth. So right now I guess I might be preaching to you, ministering to you, or whatever. But I'm telling you, please don't believe that you are alone. This isn't a first. This has happened before, and those kids are popping back up alive, and they're moving on with their lives. They are graduating from high school. Right now, though, what needs to happen is that an Amber Alert needs to be issued. Secondly, warrants need to be issued to, right, try to facilitate arresting and questioning anyone, including Mr. Doby, who could be connected to your daughter's disappearance. And if any harm at all has been caused to your daughter, justice should be facilitated and justice should be served to the highest extent of the law. So that's just where I am with that. I don't mean to be so talkative, but I guess I'm passionate about what I do, and I believe that we can make a difference here. That's just what I'm just gonna be crazy enough to believe because I've seen it happen too many times.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I really do.
Okay. And so I want you to stay strong, stay encouraged. Know that Missing Lost and Trafficked is we're doing everything we can. I got a lot of supporters. I have it's a growing group of supporters, and we're doing everything we can to try to find out where your daughter is. We're doing everything we can to apply pressure. I guess I gotta just tell y'all, hashtag apply pressure. Apply pressure on the police department so they can have a heart, pretend that this was their daughter, and then they can do their jobs and like find your daughter. You get what I'm saying? And so that's that. Would you like to describe your daughter? People need to know about her tattoos, her piercings, everything right now.
Yeah, she has curly hair. She usually wears it in like a big ponytail. The top is brown, the bottom is like a blonde. She got both sides of her nose pierced. She's got this pierced. She's got her ears pierced, her cartilage up here pierced. She's really light-skinned right now because it's winter time, but she is biracial with black and white. She's little. She's 5'3", 5'4", 127 pounds. She's a tiny little thing. She likes wearing hoodies, jeans with rips in them, not like bad rips, but rips in her jeans. And you're going to see her with a clean pair of shoes on. And then she has a tattoo on her top forearm. It's a cross and it's roses, mostly like shaded in black.
Okay. So that is a really detailed description. I have posted a image of your daughter to my Facebook profile, several images of her, and especially that tattoo. It's beautiful, but it's pretty large. I have that. Everyone can just scroll down if you're looking to, you really want to look at the distinctiveness of the tattoo and other features for Ms. Jayda Johnson. I'm inviting you to just scroll down my profile. As always, if you have tips, people are emailing me. They're taking advantage of the email. You can email me. A lot of people do not want to use Facebook, but you can email me at missinglostandtrafficked@gmail.com. So I'm going to put my email here right now. I'm trying to type it out as I'm talking. Tips can go to missinglostandtrafficked@gmail.com. If you don't feel like doing all that and you just want to send a tip to me via Instagram, go ahead. Reach out to me on Instagram. I've been reading a lot of your messages. I'm taking time to read your messages. I'm responding to a lot of different people to just kind of check into the credibility behind what they're sending. So yeah, you can send me a message on Facebook, Instagram. You can email me as well. If you want to set up a conference call, we'll have to schedule that, and I can give you my Google Voice number, and then we can set up a conference call. If you're someone with really exclusive information, like where this young girl is right now, that type of information, that will be helpful. I have residents right now in Anderson. They're looking at surveillance footage right now. They are reaching out to me from your town, telling me we're looking at our surveillance footage. We're trying to see whatever random cars we can see and we can find going up and down the street in our town. And they are reaching out to me I got a woman right now. She's about to email me a whole bunch of videos of just cars that was going up and down her street between December 8th and December 9th. So you have a town of folks behind you. You do.
I appreciate it. I do. Yeah, I see some of the people wanting to know. You can make TikToks. She has 4 or 5 TikToks that people have made about her. That's fine. Whatever you guys have to do, do it. TikToks, Instagram, Facebook, share it, pictures, whatever.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, whatever you have to do to help raise awareness in a positive way, of course. Please raise that awareness regarding 16-year-old Jayda Johnson, last seen in Anderson, Indiana, phone ping December 9th, in St. Louis, Missouri. She could be with a 31-year-old man by the name of Doby, I want to make sure, Lucky R. Doby. Lucky R. Yes, that name is attached, believe it or not, to this social security number. And Missing Lost and Trafficked has confirmed that Lucky R. Doby is a real person. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go and just try to stay strong. I want you to have a nice, wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No problem. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, so I want to give her time to rest, to do whatever she has to do to decompress and all of that. I am going to continue to investigate the disappearance. We're investigating using journalistic tools, right? Not as this is not a law enforcement investigation, but this is an investigation. So I'm going to continue to investigate the disappearance. I have your tips. I'm getting your tips. I'm getting your emails. I'm chatting back. I'm responding back to y'all. It's a lot. There are a lot of people. Give me time because I got to get out here and make some money because I got to survive. So I can't respond to everybody back to back instantaneously. But know that I am responding. Know that I am going to be contacting the St. Louis Police Department today and posting receipts of that conversation or email. I will be contacting the Indianapolis Police Department today. I will be contacting the Anderson, Indiana Police Department today. And I think I'm going to add the FBI to that email contact, okay, that I will be making today. And I will definitely ask them, I will definitely inquire, and I would like to know why an Amber Alert has not been issued in the state of Missouri for Jayda Johnson, and I hope that they could give me a rational answer as of why this has not happened, okay? Why this has not happened. I'll be sending an email to them. I think it's best to send an email with my inquiries and with the proof that, you know, Mr. Doby is a real person. An investigator in Anderson, Indiana has just basically dismissed Ms.Johnson completely because he's saying, I don't believe this is a real person. So now Missing Lost and Trafficked has to send this detailed report to prove he's a real person with his social media accounts and everything of that nature. Okay? Unfortunately, I didn't think I should have to do all of that, but that's what I'm going to do. That's what's going to be done. Let's see if are there any questions from anybody before I'm going to end this live stream. Are there any questions that anyone wants to send me before I end the live stream today? Okay. Has anyone talked to the bus station? I don't know. I can't confirm that. That's a question that her mother can answer. Okay. About the bus station or cameras, I have no idea. Okay. And I'm not going to make up anything either because I just don't know. So I'm not going to make anything up. I can only tell you what I plan to do, which is I plan to contact multiple police stations, and I plan to show them the proof that this man is a real person, okay? And I'll see what their response is, what their response might be or could be. A silver alert has not been issued because Ms. Johnson does not have documentation that she could furnish showing that there are, I need y'all to understand, there's criteria that has to be met. So she has to have documentation confirming that her daughter has a physical or mental impairment. So I'm not going to push the issue on a silver alert because really I would be wasting my time doing that. I do feel that Jayda meets, hey cousin, miss you, love you. I do feel that Ms. Johnson meets the criteria of a Amber Alert at this point. And I believe I articulated why. Not the silver alert. I believe she meets the criteria for an Amber Alert. I believe what Missing Lost and Trafficked has exposed, has uncovered, it can be reviewed, and if it's properly reviewed, an Amber Alert can be issued with that information. Did anyone get in contact with his family? I decided that I'm not going to get in contact with his family directly. I wanted to give give that opportunity to the police to do that. And yeah, I don't want a borderline harassment here. Okay. He's the person I'm really interested in speaking to. Not as much his family members. I think that it would be proper for law enforcement to be showing up at their door and calling them directly. It would be proper for the FBI to be getting in contact with his family members. And I want to do what's proper. We got to do what's proper. We got folks in our family that do the wildest things, and we have nothing to do with what they are doing. I can't control nothing my cousin is doing hundreds of miles away from me. I can't even control what my sister is doing. I can't control what my mama is doing. My mama can't control what I'm doing. So I'm just not into blasting an entire family. I'm not. It's not going to happen here. It could happen on somebody else's platform, but not here. Now, if they want to reach out to me, I would love to speak with them. Please send me an email. Maybe this is all some sort of misunderstanding. I would love to know why the number she dialed is registered to his number. It could be possible that he let somebody use his phone. I don't know. But it would be great for family members to reach out. You know, it would be awesome if they would. But I am not planning on reaching out to family members. I'm more so focused on trying to figure out what the law enforcement is doing and contacting law enforcement directly in this matter. As a journalist, I believe that is what is really proper. And so I want to do what's proper. Please do not post. I am not trying to have my Facebook page disabled again. They've done it to me before. Please don't post information about his family members on my page. What you do on your page is what you do on your page. I believe that I have a valid reason to post information about him as an individual. Okay? I'm willing to risk whatever needs to be risked to expose information about that individual, but specifically. But I urge you not to go into posting. Y'all are doing it in my comments. I don't need y'all doing it in the comments. Please don't go posting addresses of his family members, their Instagram accounts. I know all about their Instagram accounts. I know all about their Facebook accounts. I know how to find them. But I don't think it's proper to go posting everything about their life. It looks as though, to me, they kind of want to keep a distance from him, and they have maintained a distance from this man for a period of time. So I'm really, really urging that at least a social media distance. They don't want everybody to know that they're connected to him for some reason. At least you can't just go through their profiles and see him at the cookout with them. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, don't post their addresses, their phone numbers, their cars, whatever you find out about them on this profile. What you do on your profile is what you do on your profile, because I'm gonna have to block you from the profile. I gotta do whatever I gotta do to protect my own Facebook account. So yeah, don't do that. All right. So thank you all so very much for joining this live stream today. Thank you so very much for sharing. I always say sharing is caring. This live stream should get 20,000 views, if not 100,000 views. It all depends on you and what you do with this live stream today. Thank you, content creators, for helping to spread awareness about Jayda Johnson. We have our TikTokers. Thank you, Facebook content creators with the blue check marks, for doing what you can to raise awareness about Ms. Johnson's daughter. And I'd love for you all to have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.